But here's what the headlines did not tell you. 82,000 of those jobs, 63% of the entire number came from one sector. Guess what sector that is, guys? Healthcare and in social assistance. That is 124,000 out of 130,000. Strip out healthcare, strip out social assistance, and the rest of America's economy, every other industry combined, added roughly 6,000 jobs. Only 6,000, guys. Meanwhile, Cisco, they just cut 7,000 workers in a single announcement, more than the entire non-healthcare economy that was created. Financial services lost 22,000 jobs. But Vertiv, a company that builds the physical infrastructure for AI, saw orders explode 252%. Anthropic, they just committed $50 billion in data centers, starting right here in the beautiful state of Texas. In an essay titled, "Something Big is Coming," just hit 60 million views. The CEO of Anthropic said up to 50% of entry-level white-collar jobs could disappear in 1 to 5 years. 60 million people read that. That is not hype. That is a cultural moment. This is not a recovery. This is a split. One side is hiring. The other side is disappearing. And today, I'm going to show you which side to be on. This is the Daily Climb. You know I'm going to bring you the data. So let me show you the data. Stay with me on this one. Let me break down the January's number that we talked about on yesterday and see what it actually tells us, because the headline and the data are telling two very different stories. Okay, here's a sector breakdown. Healthcare, plus 82,000 jobs in January. Ambulatory care alone, that is your outpatient clinics, that is your telehealth providers, that is your urgent care centers. 50,000 jobs just in that one subsector. Hospitals added 15,000. Social assistance added 42,000. Mostly family services, that is 124,000 jobs from healthcare and social assistance alone. Construction, plus 33,000. And that is the first real rebound after a flat 2025. And I'm going to tell you exactly what is driving that in a minute. Many of you guys already know. I don't even have to tell you, but some of you guys who aren't new to, or who are new to this show, you may not know. Okay. Professional services, plus 34,000. Consulting and legal are recovering. Manufacturing, plus 5,000. Now that might not sound like a lot, but that is the first positive month in 13 months. 13 months of losses in manufacturing. In January, finally turned green. I gotta say, that is a signal. That is a signal in the right side, in the right direction. Okay. Now here's the other side. Financial activities, minus 22,000. Insurance carriers led the decline, minus 11,300 just in insurance. Federal government, minus 34,000. That is DOGE departures and deferred resignations hitting the payrolls. Information and tech, minus 12,000. The contraction continues on information and technology. Transportation and warehousing, minus 11,000. UPS and Amazon restructuring still showing up in the data. Now, let me show you what this means. Healthcare plus social assistance, 124,000. Constructions, 33,000. Professional services, 34,000. Those three sectors alone created more jobs than the total headline number, which means everything else, financial services, tech, federal government, media, transportation, all of it was net negative. Goldman Sachs put out a research note, and I want you to hear this. They said this low hire, low fire trend raises the risk that workers might be increasingly locked out of the labor market. Locked out. The New York Fed shows recent college graduates unemployment at 5.6%, up from 4.8% at the start of last year. Even computer science and engineering grads are seeing elevated unemployment. The market is squeezing new entrants and mid-career workers outside of growth sectors. Here's the reality. This is not a broad recovery. This is a one sector economy. Healthcare is carrying everything on its back. And if you are not in that sector or positioned to get into a growth sector, you need a strategy, not hope. You need a strategy.